one word or one action can trigger a series of problems. I say if a trigger is put, somebody will die, then people will gather, police will come, that there will be events that will happen.
Gombo City non-profit organizations and some residents around the Eastern Cape have taken to the streets, demonstrating their disapproval of the widely reported coronation of a so-called Nigerian Igbo king in that province. The Department of Cooperative Governance and the Buffalo City Municipality have also condemned this action. These are live pictures from the streets of Gombo City, where that march is now well underway.
In fact, one of the most important things they're speaking about here is that there should be a tightening of policies regarding what a foreign national can do in a foreign country. They're saying that the fact that a Nigerian man can come to South Africa and have a ceremony of what we have seen on social media and also be declared a king. I mean, they're saying it's very disappointing, but also it shows sign of disrespecting some of the kingships and the traditional leadership of this country. They're saying that it's not as small as we think it is. In fact, it's big. They're saying that even though we can think that this is just a minor issue of someone who does not have an authority in the country to be a king, but they're saying that if this is let to happen, then a lot more damage could be done, and an unfixable damage at that.
So that event, you find that Satan planned it properly. It would be a trigger to trigger now, where the whole country people, there will be an uproar. And many events and activities will start happening, burning of things and looting of shops, and I get what I'm saying.
They say, I don't know what the problem. They say, okay, Abraham people, I don't know, people that is not documented, but you can see that even people that documented, they are also affected. It's people that are not documented, illegal foreigners. They know where they are, but police know where they are. So why is everybody affected?
One behavior can trigger so much trouble. If Satan wants to trigger, let's say there is unemployment and youth are very angry, right? But they don't know how to express themselves, right? It will just take maybe one person. Okay, let's take xenophobia, right? Maybe many people are not happy.
As the demonstration was going on, there were also a few people who were seen looting from a shop alleged to be one of the illegal foreigners.
Our key message is, if the government does not want to take this matter seriously, we will make them take it seriously. It's time for you to put South Africans first. There's no other country in the world where the citizens have to go on the streets to beg their government to put them first. It's even more ridiculous, the fact that we have to stand here and fight to be recognized as citizens in our own country after people died for this country in blood, and you just opened up the floodgates of hell and allowed everyone to just come in here. And then the first thing the president says in his State of the Nation address is that we are not supposed to touch foreign nationals. What is your message, Mr. President, to the foreign nationals themselves? Why are you not telling them to behave themselves in their country? Why are you not telling them as a statesman to keep themselves as neighbors, to behave like neighbors instead of behaving like people who own us and who own this country?
One behavior can trigger so much trouble.
If you're not going to give us the dignity that we deserve as the people of this country, we will take our dignity back, whether you like it or not. This is our country and the people shall govern.
If Nigeria must go from South Africa, what are South Africans still doing in Nigeria? So they should also pack up and go. To now crown it that there was actually a video circulating where you see one of these South African men that is telling Nigerian man to go, saying that we do not have South Africans in Nigeria doing businesses. It's quite shocking because we know we have South Africans as well in Nigeria. But anyways, what do you think? Do you think it is right for South Africans as well to leave Nigeria?
And then we talked about satanic trigger, which, as I said, where there's a carcass, vouchers what? Gather. Also, we need to deal with satanic trigger, I think. What happened is that we learned that the trigger is a small piece of metal button that when it's pressed, it triggers events. One word or one action can trigger a series of problems. I say if a trigger is pulled, somebody will die, but then people will gather, police will come, that there will be events that will happen. It will be a trigger to trigger now where the whole country people, there will be an uproar.
I'm happy I have arrived. The nations of Kwa-Zulu, they are here in solidarity with the people of the Eastern Cape. We understand that this march did happen in KZN, and they brought it here in the Eastern Cape. They're saying that, you know, this is not just an injury to the Eastern Cape and Amaxhosa. They're saying that this is an injury to the African nation. This is an injury to South Africa and the people of South Africa.
They're even burning their buildings, their vehicles, and their stocks, among other things, whereby, according to the video circulating across the social media platforms, are literally devastating. And the reason behind everything, the Nigerians living in South Africa, the Igbo, went ahead and installed a king in South African soil. These Nigerians went ahead and installed a king.
The South Africans are, everyone has a right to protest unarmed, but not in the way and the fashion that they behaved yesterday. It is uncalled for, and those that are involved, they will face the full might of the law.
So, my Nigerian brothers and sisters who are in South Africa, now the embassy in South Africa is offering free tickets back home. Please, you guys should use this opportunity to go back home. Let's leave that country for them, and let's see who they're going to blame next. Let's see who they're going to be blaming next. Maybe they will blame Ghana this time, or they will blame Cameroon, or they will blame Kenya. Let's leave that country for them. Please, let's use this opportunity to go back home. And let's see what excuses they will give again. Because they always give excuses for their laziness.
One behavior.
Drunkards. Even if there's job, they're not going to work. So Nigerians, since they have been blaming us that we are the one doing this or doing that, or please, if you have to use this opportunity, use it and go back home.
It will take maybe Satan will move just one foreign person to do something strange. Maybe they'll stab someone. Oh my God.
Sithi siyabheka emuva nanga umfana wethu uyakhala la agibele phezu kwemoto awukhiphe iskipa aveze la esegwazwe khona amanagerian emile la bathi omunye wabo uthe ewela amanagerian avela amshayisa ngemoto so oyedwa ushayisa imoto oyedwa ugwaziwe.
Do something strange. Maybe they'll stab someone. Oh my God.
When I get away, just guys, we have to go. It's getting bad la. Manje abantu sebecasule yilokho ukuthi ama-Nigerian agwaze lo mfana. Sekumphakathi ke manje umphakathi uvele wajabula wathi nawo amazulu. They started singing and shouting ukuthi abahamba. So umphakathi njengamanje odiniwe. Yabo umphakathi is losing it. Guys, so that is what is happening right now. Because I know how intatheli are. Bazovela sekusha as if vele waqala lapha aqalanga lapha. Uqala manager yabona khona kuyamashwa athi ama-Nigerian wona ngeke azayivala izitolo zabo kade bebalindile. Yabo. So that's the part I don't get. What does that mean? Mangabe nithi abantu bemasha nithi mina ngeke niyivala izitolo zeni kanjani. Nisuka lapho nizogwaza umuntu. On top of that omunye nimshayisa ngemoto. Yabo. Abantu just lost it after that. They spirit sinake ukuthi sekuzosayina memorandum. Kwa memorandum leyo ugcine ngasayinanga. Yabo. Futhi bekhona ngaleso sikhathi besakhuluma ingizwe estage. Nangu phela umthathe eduzo kwakhe nami kuthiwa ngilinde nasengizolandela. Bese landela kanjalo. Kwathi kusanjalo hayi nakho sesiyenza kuthiwa umuntu segwaziwe. mase KwaZulu agibele stage at the same time, and I'm surprised ukuthi azikho into azithele eziyivezayo le image. Wagibela uSimpiwe eGwaziwe emhlanje waveza umhlanje ukuthi uGwaziwe. Mayisuka from uGwaza lapho kuthiwa khona nomunye sambe sombheka ushayise imoto. Yabo abantu bemba lokho bahlukanele basabalala in pieces bakuthiwa kobheka lo muntu lo ogwazele lokho uzibaleke kanjalo kunethi.
According to reports, the tensions nearly turned violent as police had to step in when a man believed to be an undocumented foreigner was chased by angry protesters.
It will take maybe Satan will move just one foreign person to do something straight.
6:27 a.m. Up and grateful. Up and grateful. We're not gonna check our people, our small tenants then. You know, don't collect rents for all this place, South Africa.
You're enjoying it. Close your mouth, because now you can see.
There's a Nigerian based in Cape Town. He owns 800 RDP houses. Our people are paying rent to him. Now, you must tell me, what type of government do we have? There's others here. When I campaign, when you go to Terfontein, our people are renting houses from Nigerians. What type of government do we have?
But clearly that's a policing issue as well.
No, it's a leadership issue. It's a leadership issue. If you are not leading for the police to do what's right, then you're going to have a problem. I went with the MMC of Public Safety last week, Saturday, to Hillbrow and to UV. People are renting from Nigerians. A guy said there's a Congolese guy who comes here once a month to collect money for rent. And at the back of that house, they're selling drugs.
Sure.
And you say, our government knows these hotspots.
RDP houses are owned by South Africans and they cannot be bought. Even though some South Africans sell these houses to some foreigners and the foreigners end up renting that out. At the end of the day, RDP houses cannot be bought. So the fact is, are you doing this to aggravate the South Africans and set up every Nigerian to face certain unjustified actions from rioting South Africans? You can't go online and be intimidating and undermining the people of the society where you stayed. There are many videos I've made calling the South Africans out. This is not me disrespecting them. This is me saying that people must not be killed extrajudicially in their countries, especially Nigerians. But you go out there, you undermine them, you intimidate them, you claim you own their houses. How do you want them to react to Nigerians next time? How do you want them to react to Nigerians next time? And if we talk, you say we are tribalistic. Why can't you just behave yourself, make your money, and leave? Is that too difficult for you to do that?
Hi, South Africans, and I want to say I want to give a big apology to South Africans because I never knew that it was going to blow out of proportion. It's a trolling thing. What I do is I troll, they troll me back. So it's like a normal thing for the longest time. And I noticed this thing from the 25th, from 2025 September, if I remember vividly. I started collecting money from Facebook. That was last year. Yeah, I started collecting money from Facebook. Then I was asking my wife, like, what's going on? Why are they always insulting me? You know? And I started asking, what are they saying here? Go back home, you dog, eat that, this. I was like, why? What did I do to these people? Like, what's going on? Then I started noticing Facebook will tell you, reply them. When you reply them, you get more points. I started replying. You know, I think I got it out of proportion. I shouldn't have done that. You know, that's not an excuse. You know, I even saw this comment of a lady telling me, saying she's been waiting for, her mom has been waiting for RDP houses. And this Nigerian guy that owns 80% of all the RDP houses in South Africa, like how? No, I was just trolling, guys. I was just going to do that, then go to Santin again and say, hey, I bought Santin, I bought the South Africa, and I bought Santin Mall, and everybody's paying rent to me. Like, just to, I know that they eat things like that.
So Satan normally uses demons.